everyone. This is the Coach to Coach conversation. I'm here with Emily, and I'm very, very pleased that I could have you as a guest. Could you tell us a little bit more about yourself, what you do, and how you arrived to this journey?
Yeah, awesome. Thanks for having me too. But yes, so I started coaching a couple of years ago,
Mhm.
and it was very much so based on my own journey and life experience. I have a very, I guess, unique journey where I recognized and figured out my true sexuality later on in life. I
Okay.
had been married to a man for 11 years. We had a kid together. But over this time, just yes, made this realization that, who I truly was is that I desired to be in a relationship with a woman. And so we got divorced. I came out, now married to a woman. But about this all happened about 7 years ago. And it started where I just started sharing my story because it was something that I felt very alone in. And so I started sharing my story on YouTube, connecting with other women that were going, oh my gosh, I'm going through this as well. So a couple years ago, where I was at a place where I felt more stable, had kind of made it to the other side of all of this. Put together like a coaching program and started offering support and coaching for women who were also going through this as well. So that's where I started with coaching. Now my focus is just authenticity in general. It started with my own story, but the true root of this is living an authentic life, being true to yourself, prioritizing your needs, doing what's right for you. Because by going through all of this, I have had, it's just been like so much better, just happier, freer, more peaceful, more fulfilled, less stress, and I've just genuinely believed that being authentic, being who you truly are, leads to that extra level of like fulfillment and satisfaction in life. So, yes, now my focus is on helping anybody that is struggling to be their authentic selves really break through and yeah, be able to honor that. And that could be, leaving a relationship, making a career change, even being a coach and having an online business is part of what I believe is my authentic self. I feel very drawn and pulled to do something like this.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
Perfect, perfect. I really loved what you just said. It was so inspirational,
oh, thank you.
and I would say you help people finding themselves, what they
Yeah,
really
yeah.
are, and
Mm-hmm.
also show them the way that they don't need to mask anything because
Mm-hmm.
the fulfilled life is when you can do whatever you want to do and when you can express yourself the way
Yes.
you are, not
Yes,
living
exactly.
by rules and by expectations. And I
Mm-hmm.
really loved what you just said, and I can believe that it wasn't an easy journey for you,
Yeah.
especially you had a family with kids,
Mhm.
so you were very brave, and I think
Thank
so.
you. Thank
You
you.
worked on this realization a lot, and yes, it was a difficult work and hard work,
Mhm.
inner work, for
Yes.
sure. I would like to start another podcast as well.
Oh, yeah.
It's called Yes, We Are Women, and I would
Okay.
like to definitely
Oh, yeah,
invite
yeah.
you there when you can talk about more of this journey or this part of your life. But back to the coaching.
Yeah.
Um, it's very important, I think, so what you just said, that people need to find themselves,
Mhm.
because what I think after that, they will know what they want.
Mhm.
Until and unless they don't know who they are, they don't
Mhm.
really know what they want, right?
Yeah. And I think the other part is people knowing deep down inside who they are, but being scared of showing that to other people,
Yes.
scared of the judgment, scared of, because if who you are, you feel like other people might not really like that version of you, then you hide it and you mask it,
Yes.
like you said.
Yes.
So yeah, but I always tell people too that people are out there that are looking to connect with somebody who is your true self. And then those relationships and those connections are so much stronger and more fulfilling because you just get to show up as you. So,
Yes. And
yeah.
easier as well. I believe
Yes, yeah.
more
Uh-huh.
easier to great. And you must, as I said, you must been through a lot, but throughout the coaching journey or
Hmm.
coaching other people,
Yeah.
what was the most memorable moment for you, if you don't mind sharing?
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if I have one particular moment, but it's just those small moments when like everything comes together for somebody and they sort of have their own like breakthrough moment where they're like, oh, like this
Yeah.
is what I need to do, or like I made this um, change for me, or I expressed myself in this way. It's like, it's just those small like client wins where they have those breakthroughs for themselves. And it's, yeah, very satisfying to be like, okay, like we got you there and you got to experience this. Yeah, yeah.
I love it. I love it. 99%, if not 100% of the coaches who I've been talking to
Hmm.
said similar or the same.
Oh.
And what I feel that we are unique in a way that we can be happy because someone else's success.
Hmm.
And this is a very, very big thing. I believe so. And very
Yeah,
good character and unique character as well.
yeah.
Um, Everyone has their own coaching style, right? We have our guidance, we learn coaching, we read a lot, but authenticity is
Hmm.
important in this
Hmm.
space as well. If someone asks you um, how they should imagine a coaching session or series with you.
Hmm. I feel like I take just a couple different approaches, like very empathetic. Like I very much so understand what people go through. Like you said, in my own experience, I feel like I went through a lot, so I'm very understanding of where other people are coming from. Um, but I also do try to push people, try to get them to make those realizations and those breakthroughs. And so, yeah, it's sometimes I say like that tough love, like try to
Yeah.
be very honest and direct, understanding of feelings, but really give that honest and genuine feedback. Sometimes, like I said, that tough love that sometimes I think people need to hear, but need to hear it in a safe space where then like we can work through it. So yeah, that. And then another aspect of coaching versus, a lot of coaching is talking through things. I do also have a certification in a specific method of coaching called mind shifting. Yeah.
Okay.
And so yeah, yeah, when clients get really stuck, and a lot of like mental blocks or kind of those limiting beliefs holding them back, the mind shifting methods actually work really, really well for helping them break those down, kind of remove the negative emotional charge that those
Mhm.
problems have. And a lot of times it naturally guides them to their own breakthrough and clarity. So, yeah, I definitely like to incorporate sort of the talking through, the reflections and questions. But then if we're really getting stuck, I really enjoy using the mind shifting methods. And it's a set of like 6 guided processes where we focus on like the specific problem that they're having, apply one of the methods, and then, kind of work on, okay, what have you realized? Where are we at now? So, yeah.
Okay. And is it throughout one session or a series of sessions? Or people can pick and choose between different type of packages, I would say.
Yeah, yeah. Right now I offer I'm just launching a new program specifically for like living as your real self with this authenticity piece.
Mhm.
Mind shifting will be incorporated into that. That's going to be an 8-week program. So that's like over a series of time. Or I do just offer one-on-one mind shifting specific sessions where we can kind of come in, talk about what's going on, apply a method, and then so that's sort of an as needed approach. Kind of, so yeah, just depends on where you're at, what you want to work on. But yeah, the mind shifting aspect is what I found makes the biggest breakthrough. So yes, those one-on-one or one-off sessions are mostly focused just on mind shifting. But yeah, then there's the program aspect that's more of, yeah, like we'll have that more talking through things, and then using mind shifting as we need to, and then some more like homework and yeah, strategies like that. So
I
yeah,
love that you said that what is needed.
yeah, yeah.
Because you have packages guide the people how I see, what you can offer, but also focus on their own needs from the
Hmm.
beginning, let's say, or pre-beginning of working
Yeah.
together. Um, you said you've been in this space a couple of years.
Hmm.
So many coaches I talk to offline mainly, they said that there are challenges in the industry. What
Hmm.
is your opinion about these challenges, and what would you say is the biggest one? And maybe you have idea to come together and just change the thinking.
Yeah. I think there's personal challenges, and then I feel like there's like industry
Yes,
challenges.
yes.
Yeah, yeah. Do you want both
Both,
or?
both, please. Both. I'm
Yeah, yeah,
interested in
yeah.
both because you just started like 3 years ago. That
Hmm.
time there were, so many coaches. I talked to someone who does it 10 years. So
Hmm.
I think so you needed a clear vision and you put a lot of energy to arrive where you are here.
Yeah.
And the other one is the industry challenges, definitely, because I hear more and more about it.
Yeah, yeah. So, personal challenges, I mean, it's just, this is much harder than, and maybe this kind of goes along with it. It's much harder than the industry would have you believe. It takes so much more resilience, so much more dedication. It's, I feel like you become a coach, you become a marketer, you become the person that's especially if you're doing this on your own. If you have a team behind you, great. But I think most people start out as like a solo entrepreneur, so you are wearing all of the hats and it it's challenging. It's challenging to really make everything work. And like I said, and this is part of it would be very easy to quit and give up and just go, this is challenging, it's difficult, I'm struggling to find, my like perfect marketing, I'm struggling to find my like perfect client, like it could be very easy to just be like, I'm done.
Yes,
um,
yes.
but that's part of, as I said, my authentic piece where I'm like, I believe I'm meant for doing this. And so I have to just keep trial and error, working through it, figuring it out. So, yeah, I think that like just the personal challenge is that it's just it takes a lot of like self drive motivation to do this and to become successful at it. So, as far as the industry, I guess one of the challenges I feel like the industry often makes it look like it should be easy, throw together your offer, run a webinar, you'll get all of these clients coming in. And I feel like there's so much more to it than that. I also feel like it's becoming a harder space because, there are, I think, really great coaches out there. And then I think there's some not so great coaches that are in there just to try and scale their business. And it becomes less and less about, really helping the client and more about just how much money can we make from this. And so I definitely feel like there's people that have gone into coaching programs for themselves and then been kind of burned by it. Like they didn't get the results or the attention or the guidance that they thought they were going to have. So,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I really like that you mentioned authenticity when I asked you, the challenges. I was waiting for this word when you said, because you find yourself in private life and you find yourself what you want to get out from coaching. So
Yes.
100%, your niche is being, just yourself and work for it.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of industry, I think coaching is not easy, but people don't understand really what coaching is.
Mm-hmm.
And I really believe that coaching is a prevention.
Yeah.
Can prevent, for example, a mental breakdown, any other mental health issues,
Mhm.
and the value of it, that the person works the way they want to work on themselves,
Mhm.
not someone tells them
Yeah.
what to
Yeah.
do or how to do. So this actually this thought brings up another one. So I really believe in the hybrid model, whereby we can mix coaching with mentoring if we need to.
Mhm.
What do you think about it? Coach needs to be coach strictly, or we can navigate dance around, coaching and mentoring at the same time?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. And I think it sort of depends on your target audience as well, what their needs are. And I definitely feel like you can be a coach, but I definitely feel like you can mentor, you can be a guide. You're kind of there wearing all of those hats at times, definitely depending on your audience and your client. I think there's a place for each of those to kind of exist and work together. I feel like even with what I do, there is a certain level of mentoring and guidance folded into that as well as coaching. So, yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I'm happy to hear
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
You said that when you start coaching, you need to focus on marketing, you need to focus on your niche, and so many other aspects of the business. It's like entrepreneur.
Hmm.
And the digital world, evolving, more and more people come to, the digital space
Hmm.
to spread the word, or just be in the forefront of their voice, or whatever they want to do. My question is that, what do you think the digital age brings us some sort of ease of reaching our audience, or makes our way more difficult, because it's much more difficult to cut through the noise because everyone is there, right? You
Yeah.
need to be unique. You need to, somehow get the attention from people.
Hmm.
What's your opinion about it?
Um, I think both to some degree. It's amazing that everything is going online and the resources are there, instantly. I think that's just where society is going. I think that just so much more will be online coaching, online education, online guidance. I was going to say too, kind of how you were talking about coaching and it being, almost like preventative. I
Yes.
think that one of the other things that sets coaching apart is when you are very specific about what you do. It's almost like finding a specialist, but then it's like not even finding a specialist, the authenticity piece. I think then you also find the specific coach that resonates with you, that you're like, oh, I feel connected and drawn to this coach. And so it can be overwhelming because, like I said, you get so many options that it's like, how do you cut through the noise? And I mean, I've struggled with that as well. I've looked into coaches and I'm like, but how do I know which one is really going to be the right one for
Yes.
me, that's going to really help me? So I think that sometimes when you have so many options, it can be overwhelming. Um, but I think it's also just sharing your story, showing up as you. And I think again, like the right people are going to make those connections with you and see your value. You're going to speak to just the right person, and I think that there's enough people in the world for there to, to make those connections. But yeah, I mean, it's great because it's right there. But yes, I do see that it could be hard to cut through the noise. I don't know. I think it's just going to be ever evolving. I think we're going to kind of continue figuring it out. I think it's going to consistently, yeah, just change and evolve in time. So yeah.
That's why I started this podcast, actually, because I wanted to help people to get connected with the coach as
Yeah.
well, and hear their stories, and also for the coaching community, just hear each other's stories, because I think so it's very, very important for me.
Hmm.
One of the biggest thing, I want people to know they are not alone with their
Yeah.
struggle, with their
Yeah.
happiness, with their problems. We all face with something, and
Hmm.
yes, it's just good to feel, that okay,
Yep.
I'm not alone. someone did it, I can do it. It can be so inspirational. And
Mhm.
that's why actually I started this podcast. And
Yeah.
also, I was struggling to find my niche. So
Mm.
I said to myself, I'm much more better in creating a network, set
Yeah.
up a network, talking to people, connecting people, and not being a coach of the coach. But
Mhm.
I think so. It's very important that I created a platform for you and for the others where
Yeah.
they can tell frankly what they feel about this industry, how they can help people. And honestly speaking, almost all of us started with our own journey.
Yeah. Yeah.
No one said to me, "Oh, well, I really like this coaching, and I wanted to have this as a profession." They,
Mhm.
we all started, I think so, to first with ourselves, to get
Mhm.
all of the techniques, all of the practice ourselves. And I think so, how you talk about this whole journey and this profession, I would say that's why we can talk with this passion about it,
Yeah.
because we went through on it and we know what we are talking about.
Mhm.
And this is some little extra spice, and
Yep.
people need to understand, and I would like to
Yeah.
do this as long as I can. um yes, we work a lot, we deal with people's problem, struggling, happiness. And
Mhm.
I think so, when we do this, it's important to have the right work-life balance. So
Mhm.
how do you yes, how do you achieve this, and how we can imagine you when you are not a coach, what you
Yeah.
like to do?
Sometimes I'm not very good at it. I'll just admit it. I feel like especially because I'm still trying to get where like I ultimately want to go. So a lot of my time goes into building my business and strategizing and things like that. But no, outside of that, spending time with family, my son, my wife, just doing things locally. We like to go out and connect with friends. I don't know, I'm going to be 40 this year, and I feel like I've like slowed down. And so sometimes I just really enjoy our weekends where we get to like sit on the couch and have a bottle of wine and just like relax. And yeah, like today is a really beautiful day outside. The temperature's warm, and I'm like, oh, it'd just be really great to like have a drink and sit outside and soak up the sun. Yeah, I mean, and then beyond that, everyday life. I mean, I do love to travel. I haven't been doing as much as I typically like to, but I love little getaways and taking time to just, even if it's a weekend away, like my parents have a cabin a couple hours away, and sometimes we'll just go there and just kind of disconnect and be in nature and like recharge that way. So yeah.
No, I
Yeah.
love that, love that.
Thanks.
And what's next? What you are thinking about? Because you said, you strategize your business. Um,
Hmm.
uh, if you don't mind sharing
Yeah,
with
yeah.
us, I think we are so open people, coaches.
Yeah, yeah.
But, I'm curious about, how you see the future.
Oh, I mean, I'd love to have like a successful multi six figure a year, but that would be great. Like that's the dream, that's the goal. But like one step at a time. And I really like I'm putting all of my focus into this like new program that I'm launching. And I feel really good about it. I'm feeling like just more confident in it, and I'm really looking forward to it, because the other thing too is that right now it is a one-on-one program. That's the other thing I'll say too. For me personally, I have found that I'm going to go against the norm, what they say. They say you should do group coaching and all of that, and that's the way to scale. And maybe one day it'll turn into that. But I love to connect with people one on one. I really enjoy, yeah, yeah. I really enjoy giving somebody like my full attention, my full focusing specifically on their needs and what their situation is, what their mental blocks are, what their barriers are. I feel like we all have similar mental blocks and barriers, but I just feel like you get such a higher quality of, I don't know, attention and result and achievement by having that one-on-one support. So that's where all of my attention is now. My short-term goal is to, get this new program started, see how it goes, get some feedback, and then just kind of keep going from there, and then just see where that ends up taking me. I feel like I just kind of trust this. This was a mantra I had, and it's one that I still hold on to from time to time. Just trust the journey. Trust how things are going to unfold. Put in the work, put in the effort, but just sort of see where it goes. So yeah.
I also learned, I love what you said, but first I say this. I also realize when I do something just out of my mind, just, okay, let's try this or that, accidentally just happens. So
Mm-hmm.
I also realize we shouldn't overplan things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if it's meant to be, it's meant to be.
Mm-hmm.
We should focus on, should I use the should? We can focus on like the quality, the authenticity, but also sometimes we can let it go and just try it, go for it.
Mm-hmm.
And the success will come to you.
Yeah.
And back to your one-on-one
Mm-hmm.
thought. I personally don't believe in group coaching because
Mm-hmm.
that trusted place can't happen, right?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
only one-on-one. So
Mm-hmm.
people still will have barrier. They fear to say things, let's say, in front of another 10 or even one more person. So I think so group coaching is good when we want to teach technique, for example,
Mm-hmm.
or when we want to guide someone through on a journey, or want to teach them how to get over XYZ traumas. But when we really dig deeper in the person, past,
Yeah.
present, and future, it needs to happen one-on-one,
Yeah. Yeah.
because this is the only way I can
Mm-hmm.
imagine, right?
Yeah.
So I really appreciate that you actually talked about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also I see what you just said. People want to scale now. People see coaching sometimes as a big business, and
Mm-hmm.
they just don't have the patience
Mm-hmm.
grow step by step. And I think so this is the mistake, because to be good coach, you need to go through and trust the process,
Yeah.
right? What you also said. Or
Yeah. Yeah.
trust in the journey. I don't know exactly what you said, but
Yeah.
something.
That's it. Yep. Trust the journey. Yep.
So it's very, very important, and trust in yourself and your
Mm-hmm.
capabilities, as well as what you just said, that be confident who
Yeah.
you are, what you want, and how you want to achieve it. Perfect.
Yeah.
Um, I also would like to ask you, so if people want to reach out to you, how they can reach out to you? They only can work with you online or just in person? If you could just share with us,
Sure.
your details.
Yeah, yeah. Um, Definitely connect with me on social media. You can find me Emily Bettdur, my name. YouTube channel, I'm on there. But then
Mhm.
just my website, emilybettdur.com. It's got information of like the programs and services that I'm running. I do want to say too how you were talking about group coaching, one-on-one, and all of that. I will throw in there because I do this as well. I do have a community specifically for like this is where I still focus on women specifically who have gone through like the journey that I
Yes.
went through. And I think the community aspect can be really powerful
Yes.
when people are just wanting to connect with others where like going through what they're going through as well. But like you said, yes, when it comes down to like intense coaching, that one-on-one, that real transformation, yeah, I think that happens more so in that one-on-one place. But anyways, yes, so part of where you can find me is
And it's
yeah.
important too.
Yeah, yeah, no, say, but part of what I offer is I have a community specifically for like women that went through something like I did, the program that I'm running, and then my one-on-one services. But that's all that you can find on just emilybettdur.com. Yeah,
Is it
yeah.
online only? Sorry, is it online or?
Yes. Oh, yes. Yeah. Online only. I mean, locally I have some like friends and people that I've connected with that I have done like some one-on-one services for, but we just do it all online. It's just easy and convenient right now. So yes, yeah, all online. So
Where are you based?
I am outside St. Louis, Missouri.
Oh, okay, nice, nice,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Um, Perfect. So mostly online, but if someone around you would like to do one-on-one in person, you are flexible and you
I mean,
could.
I'd be flexible, but I still mostly just say, okay, let's
Nice.
just hop on a Zoom call and, convenience, ease. You just, yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
usually
yeah.
easier that way. I love to connect with people in person. I think that that's great, but I feel like you said, this digital age where everything's
Yes.
online and schedules, I'm like, it's just easier to hop on a call usually. So,
Ah, nice,
yeah.
nice, nice. Great. Um, and finally, I would like to ask you about something, right? So, if someone go to you, right, and ask you, "Oh, Emily, I heard about this coaching. Could you tell me 3 to 5 power sentences what coaching really is and sell it to me?"
Just coaching in general?
Yes, yes.
Oh, okay. I'll have to think about this. 3 to 5 power
Oh,
sentences.
it can be 10 as well. One
Okay,
sentence.
well,
Yeah,
I'm
one
trying
sentence.
to think of like how to summarize this. I mean, I think it's somewhat of what I said before about it almost being like a specialty. If you are struggling or in a space where you have like sort of one specific thing that you want to accomplish, like a goal you want to achieve, a struggle you want to overcome, coaching, finding somebody who can guide you through that, I feel like is what coaching is. You have therapists that are there from the mental standpoint, but I also don't feel like they are always super specific. Like rarely are you going to, I mean, when I started doing this and targeting women with their sexuality, rarely are you going to go find a therapist that only focuses on women, struggling with their sexuality. They might have experience in that,
Mhm.
but, that may not be their exact specialty. So coaching, I feel like, is a specialized method to help you work through a particular issue or reach like a very specific particular goal,
Mhm.
I guess.
Yeah, very, very, very good. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. This is enough. Um, Actually, I have two more or maybe three more sentences because
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
if you don't mind, I was thinking about it. One is like, do you do this coaching full time or what is your background really?
Yeah, I still am only doing it part-time. That's part of building it up, still
Yeah,
trying to
yeah,
build my business and all of
yeah.
that. My background is actually I'm an occupational therapist, which leads very well into coaching because a lot of people will say occupational therapists were like the original coaches. I specifically, for my career in that, have worked with children,
Mm.
but I still am. It's honestly almost like a coaching model with what I do. I go into parents' homes and I like work with the parents and coach them on child development, meet them where they are, work through, their blocks and barriers. So that's what I've done all the way up until coaching, and I still like have clients that I see for that as well as I work on building this. So yeah,
You will be the first one I do this, but I really want to do like
yeah,
very like I think so they call it like fire questions or rapid
okay,
questions, right?
okay.
Not so serious. So for example, what is your favorite color now?
Pink,
Pink. Okay.
pink, yeah.
Spicy or sweet?
Sweet.
Okay. Evening or morning?
Evening. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, very good, very good.
Yeah.
I loved it. I
I
loved it.
like it. Yeah.
I like evening. I'm not a morning person or
It's
whatsoever.
interesting. I like morning, um, but I don't know. There's something about the evening that and then I'm following, okay, what was I about to say first, and evening was about the first thing that came out. And then I second guessed myself and I was like, nope, evening is what it was. So, yeah.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
think so morning is from the calmness, you go and
Yeah.
be active, and evening time being active and you go
Hmm.
to the calm place, slow down.
Yeah.
And that's why evening for me is the one. And
Yep.
pink is so lovely. Yeah.
Wearing pink. My shirt's pink. It's like this color pink, this like mauve. I don't know. I've always, I don't just
It's good.
like pink.
Maybe when I talk to you on another podcast, right? I'm
Mhm.
pink up as well.
I love it. Yeah.
Maybe that time you will say another color, you know?
I don't know. I'm pretty
And
solid
do
on
something
pink. I
new.
can, I can. I know I have a lot of pink. So yeah.
Okay, so it's really pink.
It's really pink. I mean, my water bottle's pink.
Yes,
My,
yes.
yeah. I got stuff around my desk that's pink. Yeah.
Great, great. Love it.
Yeah.
Well, I really enjoyed the conversation with
Yeah,
you.
me too. Yeah.
It was so lovely to have you on this podcast.
And thank you
I
so much.
think
Yeah.
so. Yeah, it's a very unique one as well,
Hmm.
and I appreciate your honesty and openness. Yes, and hopefully we come together online in a different, setup very soon.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that would be great.
thank you so much for everyone who listened this episode. And if someone wants to reach out to Emily, I will just put all the details under this podcast and the post, social post as well. Bye, everyone. Take care.
Thank you.